Hi, everyone. My name is Evan Kitson. I'm a draftsman, a painter, instructor, anatomist, curator, collector. I just love this stuff. I'm really excited to add podcaster to that list. It's something I've wanted to do now for about half a decade, and I'm thrilled to be able to get started. We're going to be doing interviews with authors, artists, curators, educators, and other creatives at the top of their field so that we can learn from their successes, their struggles, professional practice insights, and other unique perspectives that'll help us in our own work. We'll also be challenging our own perspectives by doing deep dive episodes where we pick a question and just drill into it and explore the outcomes. There will also be a healthy amount of host-led episodes with me, Evan Kitson. We'll take a look at some art history strangeness, different professional practice insights, educational concepts, as well as discussing different tools of the trade to help you make informed purchases as you build out your studio. Because we all need more art materials, right? So I don't want to just tell you what we're going to do. I'd like to offer something in this trailer for you. So let's take a look at Julie Heffernan's answer when I asked her, if she could only teach one thing to somebody, what would it be?
Oh boy, I honestly think if I could, and I don't know how, I would teach curiosity because I'm very upset that a lot of my students don't seem to know what it is. And so, what you just assume is like breathing, isn't so. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if there's a way to teach curiosity. I mean, I create situations where they have to, approach a subject with curiosity to be able to solve the problem. But it's possible that they're solving it in other ways without curiosity being the main goad. So, yeah, so that's what I would teach if I could.
What are your favorite qualities of a curious person, and what do you hope your students would find a little bit in that search for curiosity?
Well, it's that idea that curiosity is the sort of the fundament of empathy. To be empathic, you have to be curious what it feels like to be that person. And at that point that you're curious what it is to be that person and care, is when a goad becomes action, and you can possibly be the force that I don't know, helps them.
Yeah, that's fantastic. The correlation between curiosity and empathy, I don't hear that frequently. That's really
Well,
cool.
it's like imagination. Curiosity leads to imagination, which leads to empathy, because you can imagine what it's like. So they're all cross connecting and integral to each other. And I teach little undergrad art students, and I worry if they're not curious, can they be imaginative? If they're not imaginative, can they be empathic? If they can't be empathic, can they use their work to help the world or their communities or their lives? So, all that.
I love that answer from Julie. Her take on creativity really shines through with her own work, especially in her creation of her new graphic novel, Babe in the Woods. A link to it will be in the show notes. You definitely have to check that out. Speaking of empathy, let's take a look at Adrian Brandon's insightful answer when I asked him the kind of silly question, what's one of your favorite colors?
Okay, I'm from Seattle, so this is an obvious Seattle answer. But like a forest green, almost like a viridian green if you were to take out the blue notes. Like a little more of a, I don't know what that would be, like a deep terra vert? I don't know. I don't know my colors like that. I shouldn't try to do that. But like a forest green, let's lay it like that. And to me, it obviously is, is a symbol for trees and nature. But to me, there's the deep qualities of a forest green have like a maturity to them, which got me thinking more about like how a color can be mature. I think that's really interesting, and how it probably likens itself to nature of like when a new leaf, on like a house plant emerges, it's always like a lime green, and then it like slowly as it gets older turns into this like beautiful rich green. But yeah, there's just a level of peace, and I think there's a level of like vitality, like it feels like a nourishing color. To me, I think of how moist the air is in Seattle and how everything just is always dripping wet because it's just always raining there, and like the forest floor and how just soft it is and just like vibrant with life, and the forest green coupled with like a beautiful like cedar color or like burnt sienna, I think is just unbeatable. But just the green on its own, I think holds a lot of that like maturity, but also growth and like and life in a way that I think is really beautiful.
I've been teaching painting now for a little over a decade, and I've never thought of a color as mature. I love it. So if this sounds fun and interesting, please subscribe, share it with an artist that you know, and if you're really interested, connect with other creative peers through the virtual studio, the Open Sketchbook's online community. There you're going to find behind-the-scenes content for the podcast, exclusive episodes, and you'll be able to actually get in on the conversations, ask questions, have fun. Be on the lookout for our first episodes launching March 6th. Thanks for being here and checking us out. Subscribe, and I'll see you soon.